And the main goal is to make Miami a more walkable city, right? A lot of people that move to Miami, they're from the East Coast, they're from cities like Boston, they're from cities like New York. And if you're from one of those two cities, you're used to everything being so walkable. So I think Miami's taking a really good step at making the city much more walkable. Now, if we were to make a right here, this will take us towards the Kaseya Center, as well as towards the Miami World Center, as well as the Bayside Marketplace. But for the sake of this video, we are actually going to head southbound. And we are going to head towards Brickell and go over the Brickell Bridge.
Whatever, I don't even know.
If you look at the building just to the right of the 200 Southeast Financial Center, that's that really ratty, nasty building that's currently in process of total demolition. And in its place is going to be the brand new One Bayfront Plaza, which is going to apparently have a connector bridge to the MetroMover station. Now, dead centered in the middle of the screen is the Miami Tower, or the City National Bank building. Definitely makes Miami that stereotype of Magic City. And then here you guys could get the bus either to South Beach or back all the way up towards the Aventura Mall. Here you can see the MetroMover pulling into the station right now with the backdrop of the Miami Tower. And then here we have the Intercontinental Hotel, which is a very, very famous hotel. I really like the lobby in there as well. Really nice bar set up. Now, the 200 Southeast Financial Center is the temporary headquarters of Citadel Securities. Now, Citadel and Citadel Securities, massive hedge fund and market maker on Wall Street that have relocated their corporate headquarters from Chicago, Illinois, down here to Miami, Florida. Now, they are in the process of building a super tall Class A office tower on Brickell Avenue. So that is just one of the recent buildings, along with One Bayfront Plaza, that are going to be going up to really change the entire skyline of Miami here. You can see the MetroMover pulling into the station again. I kind of just like to watch the MetroMover go around because it's so unique. Obviously, being in New York, the vast majority of the subway, particularly Manhattan, is underground, obviously. But here, I like the fact that the train is above ground. Maybe we'll take a quick detour on the walk, and I want to show everybody the MetroMover station, just so you can see. I've had many of you email me wanting me to show you exactly what it looks like to take the MetroMover. So this is the Bayfront Park Station. We'll go up the escalator. Check out the cleanliness compared to New York, even though you really can't compare it. I mean, New York is just so much bigger. It's pretty nice views up here, though. This side it says next train to Brickell, the Omni Loop. And then you have the inner loop, which is going to be the next train that pulls in. Here's the map. So we are right here.
An inner loop train is arriving. Stand back from the platform edge. Allow passengers to exit the vehicle before.
Maybe we'll just get on. Might as well. I haven't been on the MetroMover in a long time. They seem pretty clean and well maintained, to be honest.
Please stand clear of the doors and hold the handrail. This train will depart momentarily. The next stop is Knight Center Station.
Okay, we'll get off at Knight Center Station. Definitely pretty fast. There's only 2 seats. But the ride is very short, so I guess it's better just having 2 seats. Okay, so this is going to take us right by, well, pretty close to, actually, the Whole Foods. We're a little bit further away. This is like by the Hyatt Regency Hotel, but it's cool to kind of experience it. And I think the MetroMover is wrapped in like holiday attire, like Christmas attire, which is kind of funny. So here you have the Miami Convention Center and pretty decent views of the city.
Attention passengers. Due to technical difficulties, trains will not stop at Kimpton Tower Station. The next
All right, let's head down and get back on track.
We regret the inconvenience and appreciate your patience. Thank you for choosing MetroMover.
I like the MetroMover. Easy enough to use, it's free. This is the Knight Center Station. Right. Definitely is a little bit older, right? But it is pretty clean. We're pretty much in the Miami Tower, essentially. Definitely very clean and quiet. Okay, here we are, City National Bank. We'll go around the block and then we'll get back on track. It's kind of like being in a video game. This is like the real, because you can kind of see all the MetroMover tracks elevated, which is pretty unique. And we'll be able to have a really cool view of Miami Tower right here. And then as I point the camera up, look at how unique that view is. All lit up. This is now Southeast 2nd Street. We'll make this right. And if we continue all the way down, this is going to take us by the Whole Foods. Doesn't seem to be too much going on. As you can see, it is 10 o'clock at night, so most everything here is closed. We'll continue to go all the way down by the intersection. You'll have Whole Foods on your right. You'll have the CVS to your left. And then adjacent, you have the construction site for the One Bayfront Plaza. These are all the cars merging on the bridge to go over from downtown Miami to Brickell. This is the Monarch luxury rentals. You could also merge on to 95. Pretty cool shot of the Wells Fargo Center. Let's just make sure we don't get killed crossing the street. because then there'll be no walking tours for anybody. Very cool view of the MetroMover going over. And then here you have the Miami trolley. Since we have the light, we'll cross this way. This is the Whole Foods. In my opinion, this is probably one of the most expensive Whole Foods in the United States. Okay, we have the light. We're now crossing southbound. Right outside the Wells Fargo Center. And we're going to merge onto Brickell Avenue. Across the street you have the Hyatt Regency. And then behind us, you have an awesome shot of the Miami Tower, or the City National Bank building. And that is where we got off the MetroMover station. So we're gonna walk over this bridge, but if you were to make a left on Southeast 4th Street, this is going to take you right outside the JW Marriott. As well as the new Aston Martin Residences. So we'll just quickly take a slight detour to show everybody the JW Marriott Marquis. Oh! I don't know if you guys can see all the way over there, but that lady almost got hit by that car. So here's the main valet for the Marriott. And across the street to our right, you have the Epic Hotel and Residences. And an awesome shot of the Aston Martin Residences. Maybe we'll quickly do one lap around the Epic Marina. Here you can see all the traffic coming from Brickell over the Brickell Bridge to downtown Miami. We'll wait for the light and cross. Okay, it looks like we have the light. Here we are, we're merging onto the Epic Hotel and Residences valet. There's always a lot of nice cars in here. And this is also going to be overlooking the Epic Marina. You have a lot of Bentleys in here, G-Wagons. I think this is one of those new, what do you call that? Lamborghini Urus? Not a huge car guy, but they do look nice. Here's the main entrance to the Epic. And then here you have the main valet overlooking the marina, overlooking the water, and overlooking the icon Brickell, and even a little bit of Brickell Quay. You can see all the different boats and the yachts, the charters, lined up and down. But if we head a little bit further south, this will take us to the brand new connected Miami Greenway, which sits right outside of the Aston Martin Residences. So we're now officially on the Greenway. And then this island that we're overlooking now is Brickell Quay. If you look all the way to the right, the last building is the Mandarin Oriental, which is actually going to be taken down, and in its place they're going to build Mandarin Oriental Residences, and they're going to build a brand new hotel. So there's going to be temporary layoffs. I'll give you one quick peek at one of the main lobbies here at Aston Martin. Just an amazing property. And of course you have your boat docks right at Aston Martin. So if you don't want to drive your car, you can take your boat from the Bahamas or wherever you're coming from and then head right up into your apartment. It's definitely a very futuristic city. I think the best way to describe Miami is like living in a different video game map. I think I've described it like that before. This is the main valet at Aston Martin. Really beautiful. I think that's one of the new Rolls-Royce EVs. I don't know if you guys could see that, but that white car right there, I believe that is the new EV Rolls-Royce. Looks quite nice. So this is the East Lobby at Mandarin Oriental. You can see the valet attendants and the staff. And then again, more great views overlooking Brickell Quay. This is an awesome property. Mandarin Oriental Residences, it's just so impressive. Not only the building, but the environment, the atmosphere. Just a ton of things to do, So much green space. Everything is spotless clean. I mean, it's so meticulously manicured. The quality of life is off the charts here. That's really the only way I can describe it. It's just absolutely off the charts amazing. Again, here's a view looking into the lobby of the Aston Martin. And then here's a view looking to the top of the building. You can see all those big balconies. And then, of course, views of icon Brickell and the marina. Right in front of us, you have the Mastros. But for the sake of this tour, we're actually going to be doing a U-turn and heading over Brickell Bridge. Now, across the street from Aston Martin, this is the brand new Hell's Kitchen by Gordon Ramsay. Really great location for it. Here's a Cybertruck coming by. And here, we have the main valet at the Aston Martin. Really impressive. Yeah, I believe that's the new Rolls-Royce EV. I really like the look of that car a lot. I think that's the only other EV I would buy besides a Tesla. I really want the Cybertruck or the Tesla Model X. And then here's Hell's Kitchen by Gordon Ramsay. All right, we got a little bit derailed there from the tour, but I think it was cool to see the MetroMover kind of give you an experience of what it's exactly like to live down here. So we'll get back on track. We'll merge back onto the Brickell Bridge, and then we'll have some pretty spectacular views overlooking the icon Brickell. If we were to cross here and continue all the way down, that'll take us back to the Whole Foods and outside the 200 Southeast Financial Center. So we're passing right in front of the JW Marriott.
I do appreciate what
Before we merge onto the bridge, you're going to have this sick shot of the Miami Tower. Hopefully it's lit up in blue. That's when it really pops in the skyline. Either like a blue or an orange, hopefully. Ah, looks like it's a yellow. and a green. But it does look so unique, doesn't it? Miami Tower being lit up like that is very fitting for Miami. And then this is looking back at the Riverwalk, where we just were. Overlooking views of the Brickell Quay. And you could even see people eating at that sushi restaurant down there. Which is a pretty unique experience. Here's Icon Brickell. And then as we look out over Brickell Quay, and even all the way out to South Beach. Such an amazing view from up here. But I really like when you have this perfect shot of the Aston Residences. Pretty cool, right? It's a very, very unique experience being up here at night. Again, the way I describe it is like you're walking in a video game map. I think those guys are having a mild dispute. All right, everybody, we now made it to Brickell. Here's the main valet for the Icon Brickell, as well as the W Hotel. But check out this view as we look back. Just an insane view of the Aston Martin. Pretty cool, right? Now on the other side of the street you have the Capitol Grill. It's one of my favorite spots. If you look very, very closely at the main columns here at the W, you can make out little faces in them. At least I can. It's pretty unique. And then a little piece of the Miami Tower again. And here we are at the W and Icon Brickell. We'll wait for the light. This is looking back at the church and Bank of America Tower. We're gonna make a left, or excuse me, we're gonna make a right on 6th Street. See some of the apartments over near the Brickell City Center. It's pretty peaceful and quiet tonight. I think it must be approaching 11 p.m. There's the MetroMover going over. across the street. And then we'll officially be at the Brickell City Center. And we're right under the MetroMover as well. This building that you see all the way at the top left-hand corner of your screen, that is currently the tallest building in Miami, Panorama Tower. And here we are, Brickell City Center. Very modern, very luxurious place. Massive indoor-outdoor shopping center. They have a brand new Nespresso store as well across the street. And here is the Sky Bridge that'll connect all of the buildings. So if it's raining outside, if the weather's terrible, you never have to walk on the street. We'll make a left on South Miami Avenue, and then we'll pass a restaurant called The Henry. But now you can see the main facade of the Brickell City Center, as well as the WeWork office. And a tiny glimpse of the SLS LUX Residences. Keep it very clean here, landscaping's perfect. You have the Lucid Motors, the Apple Store, and the main Burger King too. This is the SLS LUX. Let's see what the Miami PD is up to. Definitely noticed a lot of, I should say a lot more foot traffic in Brickell as opposed to downtown Miami at night. And then through here you have an entrance to the shops at Brickell City Center. And then another view of the SLS LUX. We'll head back and walk over by the Sexy Fish as well as the Marquis, which will bring us to the, I would say, the Marriott Brickell Village area. We got some sailors, Navy guys. Thank you for your service, appreciate it. Wow, that must have been be a lot of fun being in the Navy and getting stationed in Miami, Florida. All right, let's bang this left. Well, we still have about 7 seconds. And then one quick view looking back at the city center. It's amazing how, like, just 12 years ago, decade ago, none of this was even here. And now this place is like a utopia. It's pretty cool. Here's the valet area for the SLS. Pretty big grand entrance. And now we're transitioning into the Marriott Brickell Village section. This is the corner of Southeast 9th Street and South Miami Avenue. This is where they have all stop signs. Chipotle still seems busy at nearly 11 o'clock at night. So this is now Marriott Brickell Village. It also looks like Moxie's is packed tonight for Tuesday night. I mean, think about that. Tuesday night at 11, and it looks like Moxie's is packed. Even P.F. Chang's. It's just such a beautiful place. Wow, look at all the crazy cars in the valet. Wow. Even the North Italia seems pretty busy. On the intersection here, you're going to have probably one of the most well-known nightlife spots. This is Sexy Fish. It's on the corner of 10th Street and South Miami Avenue. And then this is the Citizen M Hotel in Brickell. Here's the main entrance and the valet. And you have this beautiful view. Looking back at the SLS LUX. We'll cross after this guy. Lots of good nightlife spots.
This is the world I was looking.
What a difference, right? Between downtown Miami and Brickell. Just in terms of overall crowd density. Pretty impressive for a Tuesday night.